Body image plays a big part in most people's lives, especially teens. Teens are now taking a social media to counter the negative effects the media has on body positivity. Scarlett and Holly have a special report.
Teenagers are feeling confident about themselves. If 20% of teens are either rarely or never happy with their body image, 65% of teens are afraid of gaining weight, 44% of teens skip meals as a tactic to losing or controlling weight, and 56% of teens feel that the media's advertisements are the main cause of low self-esteem. To stop the negative views on body image, YouTube personalities such as Zoella, Tyler Oakley, Dodie Clark, Phil Lester, and Lucy Moon have made creative videos to spread a message of loving yourself.
I want to make a video where I just talk about something that's on my mind completely unscripted, because I haven't done that in a long time and I think it's good practice. Recently, I've been feeling incredibly confident and empowered in my body. The thing that's changed is that I've been receiving frequent vocal endorsement of my body, and it's mainly from men. This dynamic really challenges my feminism. I feel like one of feminism's core ideals is empowerment, and seeking empowerment from kind of within yourself and your gender. I'm literally seeking male approval of my body unintentionally without me even noticing. And also, this doesn't mean I want it to stop. Like, this is such a positive influence in my life, despite where it's coming from. I just want to use this platform that I'm now on to like further develop my body and like self-love from within. Part of the reason why there are so many young women with terrible self-esteem issues, we must subconsciously be being fed this idea that a male approval is the most important thing, or of the greatest worth in your own understanding of your body. Somewhere down the line, something has made me think subconsciously that being desirable is one of the most important ingredients to self-love and to ridding yourself of dysmorphia and whatever else, that your good body image depends on being desirable. And that is super, super scary. It's so messy. This relationship we have with feminism and our body image is just so horrendous. Just don't really understand why validation was the thing that made me click. And how do I negotiate that with my feminism? Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video.
We interviewed 3 teenage girls on their views about body positivity.
Hi, I'm Chloe.
Hi, I'm Brooke.
Hi, I'm Jess.
Do you think how you look is important?
Yeah and no, because if you're like on the red carpet it's important, then if you're at home it doesn't really matter that much.
In some situations, yeah, I guess it is important, but in others, then it doesn't really matter, because if you feel okay with it, then that's all that matters.
If you think you look good, then it doesn't really matter what anyone else thinks.
Do you think it is important to spread the message of body positivity?
Yeah, because everybody should feel comfortable in who they are.
I think if there was more awareness, you wouldn't get as many people sort of getting upset about the way they look, because then it would just be normal and people wouldn't like judge you for it.
I think that body positivity is quite a thing that should be talked about a lot more, because I feel like lots of people don't feel confident in themselves and they like put themselves down.
How have these YouTubers and YouTube videos affected you personally?
They kind of inspire you to do it and like just try and be the best you can, and they say how they think you're amazing and stuff, and it's kind of like when you're watching it by yourself, it's just like you as an individual.
Also, if you're having like sort of a bad day or something and then you sort of watch it and then you sort of feel better,
It'll
almost.
make you happy.
And you also see that they also struggle, so they're not perfect in themselves because they have problems as well.
Have you been inspired at all to make videos because of these people?
Not really myself, but a lot of other people could possibly be.
I feel like a lot of people who have watched like the YouTubers videos, they do start their own channels and like make their own videos.
But it's just sort of the fact that when like famous YouTubers now started, they probably got inspired by some people, and now they've got so many subscribers, so they had to start somewhere as well.
So do their videos like give you like hope that you can do something amazing like they have?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you can see, social media can have a positive impact. People like these YouTubers are what we need more of in this world where technology is always developing. Maybe in the future their impact will be bigger than the ones that make people doubt themselves and their looks.
We now have a live studio interview with local actors Rory and Emma for a special report on the British film industry. Over to our reporters Tom and Sahana.
If you were to say film industry, a lot of people think of Hollywood, LA. But recently, the British film industry has been growing and the creativity has bloomed. British TV shows and films have a bigger fan base than ever before. Big franchises such as Harry Potter has helped with this, with its mostly British cast. Poldark is a good example of British film and TV industry production that has vastly grown. Profits has risen and people have gotten jobs in the TV and or film department. We brought in 2 members of the cast to question them about their opinions on the growing popularity of the British film industry. Here we have Roy Wilton and Emma Spurgeon-Hassett. Do you believe the British film and TV industry is growing?
I think that there are a lot more productions being made now, and I think that the sort of current economic setup within this country is very conducive to productions from all over the world coming to England. I think that the range of higher budget production to some degree I think is diminished. There's a lot of very small budget or mid-budget stuff being made in the country now, but I think that the opportunities have definitely increased in the last few years.
Do you think you have a lot more freedom with how creative you can be?
I think, compared with historically, definitely we do get quite a lot of say. I mean, in theatre particularly, you get the chance to sort of, have a go at it the way that you think is going to be best, based on what the script gives you, of course, but also in terms of, the director seeing where your instinct leads you. And then, perhaps saying, actually, that's a really mad idea, or... well, yes, but could it be a bit more like this? And you find a kind of compromise between you. In film and television, I think just because time is so short, so constrained by budgets, you get a bit less say in that. But they still let you have a run through, and then sometimes they'll say, and actually, can you just move 0.5 millimetre to your right because of lights and things like that? So it's a lot more strict in certain ways, just because often you're working with constriction, tiny space, tiny budgets, sort of not very much time.
How do you think the industry could improve?
Kind of equal work for women, filmmakers, directors, writers. It's only about 17% of plays, for example, produced are put on by women at the moment, which is clearly, not representative. And also, I think there should be representative work for women in the industry, because you do tend to look and see what is available for women. If you look down any cast list of a play or in the Radio Times or whatever, you'll see that the main characters are men, and women there are often peripheral. And so there'll be so-and-so's girlfriend or so-and-so's mum or so-and-so's nan, rather than, actually going off having adventures in their own right. I think that's something that clearly needs to change to be representative. And also representing people of different, different physical abilities, different nationalities, different races, and I think just so that we can enjoy diversity in it, really, rather than it just being about 20-year-old white men.
Another problem at the moment with the industry, again going back to diversity, is an inherent sort of degree of ageism and sizeism that you'll find that a lot of main stars on television and film are very, very pressured to ensure that they are skinny. Many women working in the industry are actively encouraged to lose weight all the time.
Who has been your favourite director to work with and why?
On television, Ben Bolt, who's directed me most over the years in Doc Martin. I found him a real joy to work with. Most recently, Richard Senior, who was on the latest series of Poldark. Both of them are very generous directors, and they do actually give actor notes. Both are the most sort of theatrical sort of style directors that I've worked with on screen. On stage, Paul Jepson, who now runs the Northcote Theatre in Exeter, and some years ago Rosie Hughes, a very good director. Those are my favourites.
Yeah, my favourites. Just thinking about Poldark, in the first series we had 2 directors. They were called Ed Bazalgette and also Will
McGregor.
McGregor, of course. And they did four episodes each, and all the ones that I had with Ed, I was speaking in it, and so I actually got to have more sort of direct contact with him. All the work I was doing with Will, I was kind of a silent presence, and so I didn't get directed by him quite so much, although, both of them were really nice. But I do value what Ed did, because, he came on my very first day and said, Emma, he said, there's no other way I can say this, it's too theatrical, just come and have a chat. And we went into his little, kind of, it was a bat cave where he had all his monitors up and was watching this sort of converted sort of little old, sort of hut, some cottage that we were meant to be living in. And he was saying, he said, just run the lines with me. And he said, just throw it away. I think what had happened was I got outside and there were all these background people at this party. It was meant to be my daughter's wedding. And I think I just kind of thought, audience outside the theatre. I will shout. I will make sure everyone can hear me. And at a time when, we did have kind of direct contact rather than through the first assistant or anybody else. So, I thank him. I thank him for curbing my terrible show off.
Hopefully the industry will continue to grow and you will continue to watch. For more information on the British film industry, please go on our website www.bbc.co.uk. Back to the studio. Thank you, Rory and Emma. Hopefully the industry will continue to grow and you will continue to watch. For more information on the British film industry, please go on our website www.bbc.co.uk. Back to the studio.
Action. Reality TV shows are becoming more and more popular, but just how real are they? Our reports Connor and Troy find out.
Hello, my name is Troy and today we are looking at the reality of reality TV shows. On the 4th of February this year, auditions for the new Big Brother series took place in the Walkabout Bar in Newquay. These auditions were represented by the media as excited and glamorous. We are fortunate enough to meet Miss Mimi Narcis, mother, yoga teacher and burlesque dancer, who took part in the auditions. She told our reporter, Mark, how the auditions really went.
Why did you decide to audition for Big Brother?
Well, my daughter, who was actually 18, she told me about it and she thought that she might go and audition with me. In the end, she actually chickened out, but I thought it might be good fun to go as like a duo as a mother and daughter, because Big Brother's never had a mother and daughter act, I suppose, on. So I thought that'd be a good way to go, to go. And then in the end, my daughter didn't want to do it, so I went just for fun, really. And I thought it might be, if it ever did come to anything, then I probably would have pursued it and just had a bit of fun, really. Yeah.
Why did you think, or how did you think that you would be a good contestant? Because I'm sure you are.
Oh, bless you, because I thought, well, I'm a bit more normal today, but usually when I'm in character, which is, as you know, that anything with like the Big Brother thing, you're living out your ego self rather than your actual day-to-day self, which would have been obviously me coming across. I'm quite a colourful character and, and quite outgoing and confident. But also then on another level, I thought that as a housemate, I'd probably be quite good because I'm a yoga teacher, I'm quite spiritual, and then things to offer as like on a personal basis to the other housemates. And I'm very good at cooking as well. And I look after all the kids and the boys and everything, so I thought that I'd be a good housemate overall.
What could you tell us about the audition process?
Well, to be honest with you, I found it a little bit of a letdown. I thought it would be a little bit more well organised and a bit more fun, because when I did go all dressed up and ready to have a good time with it, I found that there wasn't really a big fuss made of it. I thought to me they'd have people on stage and have a proper audition process, but it wasn't actually like that at all. You just turned up and two lads came and they just wandered around the whole place chatting to people, and in the end I think I did have a little chat to one of them, but it wasn't what it was made out to be, and it was a bit blown out of all proportions, I thought, really. So really it wasn't much fun.
So you were surprised by the reality of the auditions?
That's correct. That's a really good way to put it. Actually, the reality of it wasn't at all like what it was advertised as and put over on Facebook, social media. So when it was a big disappointment, not just to myself but probably everybody that was there, and everybody that he spoke to, they like just gave you a card saying you'd got through to another, you had to ring this number and everything. I actually lost my card, but I'd never really pursued it because I was quite disappointed with the whole process, and I thought that the people that came didn't represent themselves very well, so to me it wasn't really anything that I'd want to pursue anyway.
Thank you, Mark. Hopefully that interview changed your opinion on the reality of reality TV shows. We would like to thank the Cornish Guardian for letting us use their images. Back to the studio.
Finally, we have a live interview with local footballer Jamie Lowry. Ollie reports on the difficulties facing the local football clubs.
Football clubs and players are often in the news, especially regarding how much players are paid and clubs get from TV deals. However, there are far more semi-professional clubs in the UK, and we don't hear about the struggles they face regarding money, player availability and moving up the league. This is largely due to lack of money. To compete in the higher leagues, clubs have to spend great deals on their grounds and facilities. As well as players and training, most teams do not have the funds to do this. Jamie Lowry played professionally for Chesterfield until an injury forced him to retire. He now plays for Godolphin Athletic, Newquay, and we got his opinion on the differences from playing professionally.
Are you happy at your club?
Yes, I'm very happy, especially when we win, not so much when we lose, but yeah, enjoying it.
Do you and other players find it hard to travel to away games?
I'm not so bad because obviously I used to travel long distances before, but some of the lads are pretty bad. We struggle to get some of the lads to come to long distance away games and go surfing and stuff like that instead.
Is it difficult for players to fit in training around a full-time job?
Yeah, we have a lot of lads that obviously work, like I say, full-time, they work evenings, so obviously when we train in the evenings, they can't make it, or if it's raining and cold, doesn't look too nice outside, a lot of them have good excuses not to come to train.
What are the main differences between playing for a professional and a semi-professional team?
The fitness is the main thing, obviously keeping fit every day, training every day, make sure obviously as fit as you can be. And then obviously a big while training every day, having the ball at your feet, learning new techniques, new skills, obviously keeps you to the best of your ability. Obviously semi-professional, and you train once or twice a week.
Do you think semi-professional players are paid appropriately?
Some are. Some teams in our league get paid very well. So,
why do you think semi-professional clubs find it so hard to move up the leagues?
Financially it's difficult, they don't get a lot of backing, a lot of sponsorship, stuff like that. They find it hard to do that. For us down here, location, obviously our league is just a Cornwall Devon league, so if you went to next standard, you've also done Bristol and stuff like that, so a lot of travel, a lot of commitment, and so financially it makes it very difficult.